Welcome back to the Cozy Cabin. I am your Cozy Cabin mom, and today we are joined by Lucky and Lemon. Lemon is a 2-month-old turkey, and Lucky is a 2-month-old chicken. We're going to talk about the differences between the two, and then I'm going to show you some full-sized chickens and turkeys. These ones are just babies, and they're hatched a little late in the year. That's why they're living inside until they're big enough to go outside, but it is pretty chilly right now, so they might be inside for quite a while. So turkeys, as you know, are going to be a lot bigger than chickens. They also lay a lot less eggs, and normally are never used for egg production because of how few eggs they produce. Chickens on average will produce anywhere between 200 and 300 eggs a year, so that's almost one a day, whereas turkeys only lay in the summer, so they're going to lay about 70 to 100 eggs a year. Their eggs are much larger and are filled with a lot more white versus yolk, but not that much bigger than a chicken egg or a large chicken egg would be. Chickens are going to eat a lot less on average than turkeys will, so you have to think about that. They're going to stay kind of compact while producing the most amount of eggs, which is why I think for backyard farms, they're probably number one. I think turkeys are really interesting because of their personalities. I think that they're really playful. They're kind of wanderers. They don't really follow the pack all the time. They kind of just do their own thing. And they're actually excellent flyers. They can fly up to 55 miles per hour, and they don't go very far, but that's pretty quick, whereas chickens barely get up off the ground. They're just so heavy-bodied and their wings can't possibly support that. The other cool thing about chickens is that they form kind of very tight social groups. So when they hang out together, they're gonna like really bond and really click together, and they'll kind of travel around in a little pack, and I think that that's really sweet. But turkeys are just kind of explorers, so they don't always stay with the group. They really just go with whatever interesting thing they see, and they just run full speed ahead towards it. I'll give you a closer look. So this is Lemon's dad. This is Cloud. And Cloud is a full-grown Oi slate turkey, blue slate turkey. He's about 25 pounds, maybe 30. And that is as big as he's gonna get. But I will show you Clementine, who is a meat bird, and she's 40 pounds. And that's as big as she's gonna get, hopefully. But she was about 40 pounds in 6 months. So they grow at a super accelerated, rapid rate, as opposed to these cute little heritage birds. Oh, so here is Clementine. She's my big girl. Oh, mama. My big girl. I think turkeys in general have a really sweet disposition. I always say that they're a lot like puppies because they kind of follow you around and they're really curious and they want to sit down and be pet. And all of that I think is really sweet. I think as soon as I started raising turkeys, I actually stopped eating turkey meat because their personalities were so interesting and curious and kind of adorable. And I just thought, they just are friends, you know? So this is Cloud, and he's a big blue slate male turkey. He has this beard and wattle and snood, which is this long thing in front. And actually the snood, it's longer or shorter based on like how many emotions he's feeling. So if he's really upset about something, the snood's gonna get really long like right now. And not just upset, but any kind of emotion. Extra emotion, long snood. Clementine, you'll see, she's a girl and she doesn't have a snood that goes that long. Her snood is short. I'll show you. She got this little short snood and she doesn't really have a wattle and she doesn't have a beard. So that's how you can tell girl turkeys apart from boy turkeys. And usually girl turkeys tend to be a lot friendlier than boy turkeys. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is Lucky's mom. This is Edwina. She is a full-grown female turkin, and you can see she's not a whole lot bigger than the size of Lucky. So Lucky's not going to get a whole lot bigger, but she will produce a lot more eggs. Thank you so much for joining me at the Cozy Cabin. I hope that you learned a lot today about turkeys and chickens. If there's more that you'd like to learn, comment below, like and subscribe. Stay tuned and be a part of this homesteading journey with me.